showcase, baby. The showcase, righteous minds, it's your time to shine, to shine. The showcase, righteous minds, it's your time to shine, to shine. The showcase.
Welcome to another edition of the Showcase. We have a lovely young lady by the way of California via Ohio, I believe. It's Miss Dawn Witty. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for saying I'm young.
Well, you know, I can only judge by what I'm looking at, so I can't say anything other than a lovely young woman.
Oh, I have filters. No, I'm just kidding.
So let us know a little about yourself.
I am a mom. I think I always want to describe myself as that first because it was my favorite thing ever that I could ever be in the world. I'm a mom of 2 daughters, and because I loved my girls so much, everything I've ever done has spawned from that. I've written a couple books, and I started a foundation to help other children that don't have a mom to be a mom to them, and people say, well, what is it that you do for these children? I'm like, what a mom does for her child. She loves them, she inspires them, she sees them and encourages them to, be the best selves they can be while making sure, that they have clean water and food and, medical attention and clothes, all of those things. I want to be a mom figure to those, as many children as I can be. So that describes me kind of in a nutshell.
Okay, so now from being a mom to doing the vast amount of things that you are doing now that they are kind of older and you don't have to be so hands-on, let us know about your books and other things that you have your hands in.
Well, when I first thought of writing a book to begin with, I was like, what would happen? I read something somewhere, and it was a father's advice to his daughters. And I just thought, what are things that I really want my children to know when, not if, but when, I pass on. If I wasn't here for them to ask, like, really important things, like, what are the things I really want to make sure that they know? And, it was about being love and being kind and being strong and, being true to who you are. All of those things I wanted to give them that information. So I thought, I'm going to write it in a book. And then when I started working with the children in Africa, I thought, these messages are for any child, but they're for any person too that, is just like trying to make their way in this world. And life gets tough sometimes. And when we hold on to those things, the strength, and when you hear about other people's struggles and you say, if they can do that, I surely can get through this.
Right.
So
I kind of understand because I have 3 boys, so I'm kind of under the same thought pattern with them. But what are some of these questions or... first, what's the title of the book? That's what we really should get into.
It's called B. It's B ... Okay. And it's in a world where you can be anything, be. And, it is about being loving, being kind, being grateful, like how important those things are to being kind. And, people have asked me before, well, what can we do to, change the world? And I said, we every single one of us has the power to change the world. And it doesn't have to be in any monumental way. It could just be when we go to a grocery store or we walk down the street and we pass somebody, smile at them, say hello. Just a kindness, a kind gesture can be, that adds to the collective energy of the world in a good, positive way. So we all have that power. And I wanted to express to my children that, we cannot change the circumstances that happen to us. Life happens. There's loss in life. That just is part of being. But we can certainly choose how we respond to things in our life. And I wanted to make that very, very present in their minds.
Okay. So, and let me know if this is a little too personal, but is there anything in particular in your life that you felt that was more of a focal point in the be in being? That really that you focused on to say, you're going to drive with this?
I think just over the years, all the different challenges that I've risen to, as we're doing things, sometimes we don't even actually acknowledge or realize how important they are in our life. But when I look back at my life and I see all the different things I've done, and, I've been successful in the positions and roles that I've had, and I'm like, what attributed to that? And I have a very strong sense of being kind to people, and seeing people and treating them well. And over the years, I've found that that's one of my greatest strengths. And if I could teach that message to my daughters and to others, I think that they could live a life similar to mine where, I get blessings all of the time. Every day, a new opportunity opens up to me where I have this idea. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this because it sounds kind of out there, but because I'm determined, I'm strong, I keep going for it, and there's love and kindness in my heart, and I'm grateful for all the things that I have. All of those things just open up opportunities that I couldn't have even thought that I needed to have, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes this connection. It's just been, a miracle after miracle. And I feel like if I could help teach other people that they too can live, lives where, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, it's a journey, and we're all taking steps on our journey. But to realize, to notice the amazing opportunities that do come onto our path and to seize those opportunities, everybody could live lives where they feel like they're making a difference in this world and feel that fulfillment and joy in, living their life all out.
Okay. So at this moment, we're going to take a pause. We're going to go into a commercial break, and then we're going to come back. And we want to know what do you have going on next? After B, what's going on with you? Or are you going book tours? Or what else do you have going on that is very, entertaining for you and very prosperous for you?
Okay, I'll give that some thought.
Okay, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Crazy Curves. I'm a licensed practical nurse and body contour specialist. I started out in the nursing field 9 years ago. Being of service to people has always been a passion of mine. Through Crazy Curves, my mission is to specialize in results. I want to see that each and every one of my clients' desired body image is brought to reality. Focusing on mind-body wellness, we're sure to make your visit pleasurable, memorable, with everlasting results. Be sure you visit our online store for your home wellness needs. I look forward to meeting and working with all of you.
Welcome back from our commercial break. Once again, we're here with Miss Dawn Witty. And I hope I said that correctly, Miss Witty.
You sure did.
Okay. So, what is next? What's some of the other things that you have going on besides the B book?
Thank you for asking me that. I'm so happy to share this. I have a foundation, the Desire to Inspire Foundation, and that's where the core of most of this work started coming from. We're launching a skincare line in the next couple of weeks, and we're using the amazing ingredients from Africa to create something that's natural, without chemicals, that's really moisturizing and nutritious for your skin, but also helps create jobs in Africa and also helps us to fund our projects over there, include like the schools and the medical things. One of the things that I really want to get away from is I've been in volunteer work forever, and I'm constantly asking people for donations. And after 20 plus, almost 30 years of that, I was like, I want to do something that earns an income in this world instead of asking for handouts. And then I looked at the people in Africa, and they want the same thing. Allowing people to live up to their potential, to use their own gifts and talents, because we all have them, enabling them to use their gifts and talents to do meaningful work in the world, to earn income instead of just handing them something. That is the way to lift people. And so the skincare line, which I'm so proud of, and again, we're still in, the development stages, but we're really, really close, that emanated from a desire to help people in the best possible way. You hear the saying, teach a man to fish.
Yes.
It is essentially that. But I, as a life coach, we learn to tap into people's the things that make them come alive, the things they get really excited about. Do you get excited about music? Do you get excited about cars? Do you get excited about sports? All of those things are like little hints into what we get to contribute to the world. And to help somebody find that and to be able to use it in a way that they can then look at and create something, say, look what I did. Like, I did this. You can't hand that out to somebody. That is a sense of accomplishment that you can't give anybody. They need to earn that on their own, and I want to help people do that. So I'm excited about the skincare line. It's, we're right there at the precipice, and it's going to be amazing. So that's like the big, huge thing that I'm working on, and we're working on a few other books right now. I'm excited about all the projects I'm working on, and we're creating these vocational training centers in Africa, again, to teach people skills using their talents to go out into the world and, be their greatest selves.
Wonderful.
So lots of things.
Now, question, where at in Africa, and why Africa?
Okay, so first question is easier to answer. So right now we have projects in Sierra Leone, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda. Okay. Why Africa is a question I've asked myself over and over and over, because it's always been a calling. When I said, those things that like call to us, and we like this color, or we like this style, or we like, all of those things are hints, and we have to keep looking into that. And I don't know. I've always had a calling to Africa. When I was in high school, I thought, being in the Peace Corps, helping people that don't have food and water, to me, that seemed like such a great calling. But it wasn't something that was in the should box. The should box, and we all have those, right? Society tells us, our families tell us, that we're supposed to do this, this, and this, and this is the way to live your life. And, it wasn't in my should box. And, but that calling never went away. And, I remember there were many years ago when I was unhappy in my marriage that just ended, but, happy parting of the ways. I wasn't happy because we were doing different things. We had different goals. But I remember thinking when I was very, very sad, this voice came in my head, those voices that come in our head sometimes. And it said, Dawn, there is a mother in Africa who cannot feed her child. So you need to, understand that you have your sadness, that's your sadness, but put it in perspective. And I don't know where that came from. My mother's Indian. So, I don't know why my calling wasn't to India. I know that there's a lot of poverty and things that can be changed over there. But for some reason, Africa has always called me. So I'm just going with it. I still don't know the exact reason that it's Africa, but I do know when I ask myself that question, what I see in my mind is the picture of those children raising their hands saying me. So I'm going with that.
Well, you just want them to help them be.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure that you're doing such great works, and we wish you the best. And hopefully we can get some of those. Now, the skincare, is that for men or for women or for both?
You know what? I like to do everything to be as inclusive as possible. So, some of the things are probably going to be a little bit more appealing to women, but I'm definitely keeping men in mind because, again, a lot of people want to help women. A lot of people want to, help children. I want to help everybody. So I don't want to leave anybody out. So there will be things for men. There's going to be something for everyone.
Okay. Well, we're definitely the ones that's for everyone. I may need a little skincare myself. So we want a little batch of to everyone.
Well, I could bore you with all the stuff I've learned, but I will not do that. But, I think it's really important that we pay attention to the things that we're consuming into our bodies and also the things that we put on our skin. And so that kind of got this started with me. And Africa has some amazing resources. I want to take those resources, but also create jobs. And that's what we're doing.
Okay, so right now, just as we start to end the interview, let people know where they can find you, your books, and I guess your potential skincare line.
Right now, we're on Instagram and Facebook at the Desire to Inspire Foundation. Our website's it is desiretoinspirefoundation.org. We're working on the B Line Products skincare website. That's not up and ready yet, but we'll be posting things on our Facebook page and on the Desire to Inspire website, so people can follow us after we get that information up.
Okay. We'll definitely be following you, and we're going to help promote you as the best that we can to get you more showage of your book and your skincare line. And if you ever need any help to raise funds for Africa or whatever you're doing, maybe we can do a partnership and bring stuff around the world to help people around the world.
Hey, sign me up. I believe that no one person can do this alone. It is when we work together that we are strongest, and that's how we change the world. We do it together. For me, everything has to be a collaboration because I think there's power in our energies combining, and when we all want something good to happen and we're doing stuff for the betterment of the world, the resources are going to come our way and we're going to be successful.
Okay, well, that's why we're the Showcase. We're here to showcase everything. And the mother company is Righteous Minds, so we're all in it. So we'll talk more about that off air, so we can get all the details together. But once again, we do appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to be a part of our show. And just one more last time before we close, let people know how they can contact you or visit your website.
Well, thank you for having me. This is always a lovely opportunity to get to share my message with people. Again, we're at www.desiretoinspirefoundation.org. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Desire to Inspire Foundation. I also started it's called it's btour.org website, which is from the book. And it is a group of people that are life coaches, Reiki healers, people that are in the help industry that are coming together and collaborating and sharing their knowledge and wisdom with other people. So we have a lot more things coming out on the btour.org website, so look for that too. We have a lot of fun, exciting projects, and I think every single one of them have been started with the notion and intention to lift the world.
Great, excellent. That's what we have for today. Hopefully we get to have you back again soon to discuss many other projects and aspirations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Rashid. I'm here with Miss Dawn Witty, or how they say your name?
You said it right. Oh, but say Wit, White.
Yeah.
Whittle. Sometimes they put an L in.
So this way people don't get confused when I thought I was speaking of Whittle. No, it's Witty, but however you want to pronounce it.
Hey, I'll take all of them.
Okay, great. Once again, this is the Showcase. Have a great evening.
The Showcase.